वंशी विभूषितकरान्नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखादरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने. ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः. Welcome to the Friday scripture class. And today's scripture is Uddhava Gita. And in the Uddhava Gita, we have been learning how Sri Krishna is guiding Uddhava, his friend and disciple, how to have devotion. And in that, he says various ways to have devotion. Like to have devotion, you should build temples and images, and not only building. You should maintain the temples, also build orchard and ponds and water tanks, and you should clean, sweep it daily, mop it, the temple, keep it clean. Those are all part of increasing devotion, having devotion to God. Those are all things that you do at the temple for my sake, for the sake of image that is installed there. It all adds up to your devotion. And when you do such things in the temple, your work, building the temple, contributing your money, giving guidance, giving a service, you should not have any ego or any bragging about your work, highlighting, oh, I have done this. You should not have that. That's why in the last verse that we read last time is page 96 of the Uddhava Gita by Swami Madhavanandaji, translated by Swami Madhavanandaji. Here it says, Amanitvam adambitvam kritasya parikirtanam. You should have no hankering for praise, mana, amanitvam, no mana needed. And adambhitvam, no haughtiness, no always praising for your thing, haughty, dambha, it's called dambha. You are very boastful, not boasting for anything. Kritasya aparikirtanam. So what you have done, you don't always sing and talk about that. I have done this, I have met this temple, I clean it, I am so much involved, I am such a great devotee. Don't say that. It is all has the bhakti hani with that. When you praise yourself, when you seek honor and respect because you are devoted to God, that all is for your bhakti hani. All will make the obstacle in the path of your having true devotion to God. So don't seek any honor. Don't be boastful. Don't go on saying what you have done. Kritasya aparikirtanam. Parikirtanam means singing, saying again and again. Kritasya, what you have done. Don't say anything what you have done. Keep quiet. Forget that, what good you have done. So when you can keep quiet and calm of your saying to God, saying about your work done to God or a devotion, that will make your devotion strong and stable. So, Kritasya Parikirtanam Api Deepavalokam me Nopayunjad Niveditam. So, and also it's Api Deepavalokam me. So, strange thing it's here says, very difficult to understand. Deepa Avalokam. It says the not using for selfish ends the light of lamp offered to me. So I don't know how the people would use the light offered to Lord for selfish ends. Might be they were dark all aside, and then you do some work with the light that was burning for Lord, and you start doing your chore of your home or something. So that might have been done, or people might do because there was no light everywhere. So don't utilize the things given to me for your selfish or your self interest. That is offered to me. Let that be for me, not for your personal use. Whatever it has been offered, it is for me, it is for God. Total total gifting, total detachment from what you have offered. So real giving the thing to Lord. So that's how Sri Krishna says to Uddhava about the true offering, how you offer. When you offer, you don't use it for yourself. So that's what it says about the light. Just don't use the light that is offered to me for your interest, for your own worldly interest. That's what it means. Light is offered to me to see my face, my image, my temple, to decorate it with light for the joy of the people seeing the light in my temple. But it should not be used for your personal interest. So beautifully, Sri Krishna had said to Uddhava about what you should, how you should build the temple and maintain it and offer the things. Now today we will learn about the worship, what where to worship God, where to find God. One is the image. God has said, "You worship me in the image, make beautiful image, make a temple for me. Around the temple, you make a garden inside or outside, and also make the playground, and also make the orchard." So fruit trees or trees, big trees for the shade. So it should be beautiful and naturally very to soothe the eyes and mind. Make that type of temple, just not dry temple you make and without any natural decoration. It should be decorated through nature, with nature, natural things. Then he says, uh, offer to me. What to offer to God? So in Bhagavad Gita, he says, offer anything with what you want to offer, but with bhakti. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. If you offer to me anything with devotion, simple thing like water or leaf or fruit, anything you offer, that I eat, I accept, but it has to be offered with devotion. Here in the Uddhava Gita, he says in details what you should offer to Lord. What to offer? Verse 41. यद यद इष्टतमं लोके यच्चाति प्रियमात्मनः तत्तन्निवेदयेन् मह्यं तदानन्त्याय कल्पते. Yad yad ishtatamam loke. Ishta means what one wishes, what one desires, what is very dear to one. To whom? Loke. For the people. What people value. What people value, offer that to me. Yadyadishtatamam loke. People, whatever they like to eat some nice thing. So it is very newly arrived vegetable. Cook that me and offer to that to me. New fruits that have come, offer that to me. Like that, yadyad ishtatamam loke. Whatever is dear for people, what is valuable for people, that you offer. And also, yachati priyam atmanaha. And also, what is ati priyam atmanaha? What is very dear to you, for people what they value, one is that type. Another is what is very dear to you, you like such things, so you offer that to me. So whatever, that's what they say, that whatever is dear to you, that way you offer to God. Whatever you like, the fruits you like, the sweets you like, that way you offer, God will accept that. Because you have to know that God is your own eternal companion, your own self that you worship outside. So whatever you like, yacha ati priyam atmana, whatever you like best, that you offer to me. One is this just offering of the things that you want to eat, you offer, you want it, you offer to God. Then you will find that God is enjoying, God is eating. Atmavat puja, that's why they say worship God as the self. Whatever yourself like, do that thing to God. Sometimes people, what they do, oh, it is for worship. Take some very cheap cloth or very cheap small things, small glass, you will see. Not that. God should be worshipped as a real being is there, of like you. So you should give this glass of the real size of the and also if you want to offer the cloth, offer him the best cloth, offer him the best fruit that you like, and the sweets that are dear to you, offer that, like that, to be offered. One is that offering, and another is yacha ati priyam atmana. What is very dear to you, very you like that most, offer that. So that offering is sometimes when you go to some temples, there is system of offering. You offer and you don't eat after that. I have offered that to God. there is a system of going to Char Dham, and in one of the dham or in Gaya, you go and then you offer one fruit. Offer means, and you give up that eating. You what to give up, what to offer that you won't eat anymore. So one is what you used to like most, very dear. Suppose you like mango very nice, and you then offer that mango, Lord, I offer mango to you. Henceforth, I will not eat mango for myself. It is all given to you. So, what you like most, Ati Priyam Atmana, that fruit I have offered to you. So you have not offered in like objectively, but mentally you have totally surrendered, totally given up any more attraction to that. What was the best attraction for you? That you offer to God. That is another type of offering that often people do. One fruit when you go pilgrimage. So so that is what happens when you offer such type of one fruit or one sweet or anything that you like most. So when you do that, then whenever such thing comes later on in front of you, you see that, then you cannot eat that, though you like that very much. So you remember, why don't I eat? Because when I went to that pilgrimage, I went to Puri or I went to Gaya and I offered that to Lord. So I have given up. I and promised that I will not eat any more further that. Restraint on your mind. What you liked, you could give up that. Detachment, total detachment at your will. Another is whenever you see that, you are reminded of that temple. Why don't I eat? Because I had visited there, and there I offered that to Lord forever. So it reminds you, one is self-restraint, another is your mind goes to that deity where you had gone and offered. So you remember, if you have gone to Gaya, you remember the Vishnu Pada Padma temple. If you've gone to Puri, you remember the Jagannath Mahaprabhu, you have given that to Jagannath. So all these things strengthens your willpower, and also it connects you with the Lord. So many benefits are there, and it's a sign of self-sacrifice, that you can give up the thing that are very dear to you. You can get detached from the thing that is very you are attached, you most liked. You can do that. So that is also one type of giving up. So both, you offer, you like that, you offer that fruit. Suppose you like mango, you offer to your in your shrine to the Lord, the nicely cut mango, you offer him and think the Lord is eating, and then later on you take a prasad. One is that type of offering, what is priya, ati priyam atmana, you liked it very much and you offer, and then later you take prasad. Another is you like it very much, then you totally offer and sacrifice eating of that food later on in the name of God, so that God is pleased, and you, in its return, you get the power of your mind to detach from the thing that you like. You gain that power, and also you are reminded of the Lord whenever such objects come in front of you. You won't eat because you have given up that in memory and honor of your Lord there, where the pilgrimage, place of pilgrimage. Tattat nivedayan mayham. You offered those things to me. What is valuable for the people? Yat ishtatamam loke, or and yatcha ati priyam atmanam, and also what are very dear to you, very agreeable to you, very dear to you. Tattat nivedayan mayham. Offer those things to me. What will happen, Lord, if I do that? Tadanantyaya kalpate. That offering produces anantyaya. It produces infinite results. Such offering will give infinite results. It has great impact in your life. Its impact is felt later on in the sense of your self control, in the sense of remembering God. It always is so valuable for your life when you give up the things, one fruit or one sweet or anything that you like most, you give up that. So it becomes anantyaya, gives you infinite result it produces. Now, where to? That's how you offer things to God. So, whatever you like best. Now, where to do puja? One is the image. Is there any other place where I can worship you, O Lord? The thing comes that, and Lord here now enumerates 11 different types of places where God can be worshipped. 11 places other than the image. What are the 11 places? Suryognir Brahmano Gavo Vaishnava Khammarujjalam Bhuratma Sarva Bhutani Bhadra Puja Padanime. So he says, Surya, you can worship me in sun. And other than sun, Agni, fire. In fire, you can worship me. Then Brahmana. Brahmana is a symbol of simple living, high thinking, sincere, and honest person, and doesn't hanker for a lot of wealth. Poor person lives on very limited things, very meager things, but it's very high thinking, always serene, happy, peaceful, honest. Such type of person is called Brahmana, devoted to very devoted to God. And where to worship, the three things came: Surya, Agni, Brahmana. Okay, now eight more things. What is the fourth? Fourth is Gavo. In cows you can worship me. And Vaishnava, in devotees also you can worship me. And where else? And Kham, in space, Akasha. You can worship me in Akasha. And Marut, in air you can worship me, Marut. And Jalam, in water you can worship me. And Bhu, you can worship me in the earth. The earth itself become the object of my symbol. And Atma, you can worship me in the body. And in your body you can worship me because body is the temple. And Sarva Bhutani, and in all beings you can worship me. All beings are different forms of God. So Bhadra, oh my friend, Bhadra means oh friend. uh, Puja Padanime. Those are all where you can worship me. Puja Pada, the objects of worship. In those all objects of worship, you can offer me your worship. So beautiful. Lord went beyond the image and still giving concrete objects. He doesn't say I am infinite and you can think of, you can just worship me in formless. He gives the concrete examples of those beautiful beings that where it can be worshipped. So now he will describe how we can worship in sun. Sun is there so far away. How we worship to sun. One of the way to worship sun is to think that sun is the source of energy for for our world. Whole life depends on the gift of energy by the sun. If there is no sun, there is no earth, there is no life in this earth. So the source of life, our life is sun. So if you feel gratitude and you do pranam, you offer that feeling of gratitude that you express through stotras, through your feeling, through mantras, through pranam mantra, the Java, Kusuma, Shankasam, Kashyapeyang, Mahadyuting. That is one way of Surya Pranam. You do offer. Another of offering Surya is Surya Namaskar that they call. You do stretching, and generally Surya Namaskar is taken as the physical exercise, Hatha Yoga, that you stretch your limb and in particular way breathing and that becomes. But it can be treated as a form of doing namaskar to Surya. You are offering your different bodily postures to Surya. It gets another dimension when you do Surya Namaskar, and it is generally done facing the sun towards the east in the morning. So, as if through your different bodily postures of the Surya Namaskar, you are worshipping that sun god. God in sun, your Ishta in sun. Here, Sri Krishna says in details how to worship in all these different objects. Suryetu Vidyaya. You can worship, one should worship me in the sun through Vedic hymns. So look at the sun. And another way of worshipping sun is when you go to dig deep in a holy river, you bring some water in your hands and then you offer that water to sun. That is also offering your gratitude to sun. Knowing that that water is not going to sun, but you offer your gratitude, your love, your admiration to that great heavenly body, shining which we all survive in this our solar system. in our this beautiful earth. Without sun, we could not survive. The whole thing will be dark and cold. We get warmth, we get light, we get life enriching all energy from sun. So like that, you get through sun. That's what it says, Suryet Vidya. Another way, what Sri Krishna says here is Vidya, through Vedic hymns. Chant hymns facing the sun and offer all their Vedic hymns of chanting your process of all great philosophy facing sun, and offer that to sun in your mind. So Suryetu Vidya, by offering hymns to sun. And how to Vidya Traya, Vedic hymn, three Vedas, and how to worship God in fire. In fire, Havishagno Ejetamam. In Agno, Havisha. Havisha means by ghee, clarified butter. You offer clarified butter with mantras in the fire. Agnaye Swaha, you say, and you offer to Agni the clarified butter. And Agni is not only worshipped in Agni, all gods can be worshipped through Agni. So the Agni has that wonderful aspect that all gods can be worshipped through Agni. Agni is, as it were, is the carrier of your mantra, your wishes, your adoration, admiration that you offer to Agni. When you say Agni Swaha, it is offered to Agni. When you say Namah Shivaya Swaha, that oblation will be carried to Shiva by Agni. Agni is that being which carries whomever you want to do. It goes through Agni. Agni Swaha, Shivaya Swaha, Narayanaya Swaha. So whatever you say, Agni will carry that too through Agni. So you can worship Agni in the Agni. You can worship any other god in Agni. But the thing that we offer to Agni should be something combustible, like the clarified ghee. Some people offer bilwa leaves in Agni, that to offer to Shiva or to their Ishta, but that bilwa leaves has to be soaked in immersed in ghee, so that Agni likes to devour it. It burns with it. Agni likes the clarified butter. You offer something that is not can be consumed by Agni. That is not a good offering to Agni. So that's why Sri Krishna says, Havisha Agno, offer Agni, and Yajet Mam. You worship me by offering Havisha in the Agni. One should worship me in the sun through Vedic hymns, in the fire through oblation of ghee. Whom you are worshipping? You are worshipping your Ishta, you are worshipping Krishna, you are worshipping your Lord by offering ghee in Agni, by offering Vedic hymns to sun god. So what it says, and how to the third one, if you remember, it says Suryo Agni Brahmano. Brahmana, the simple, erudite, learned man, honest, simple, erudite, peaceful, serene man, whom is named by it like the word Brahmana. So how to worship him? To worship him with flower and fruit, he says, different way to worship the Brahmana. Atithena to Vipra Gre. So the foremost among the Vipra Brahmana, you worship him through Atithyata, through hospitality. When Brahmana comes to your place, you welcome him, treat him like God, and make him comfortable, give him the nice asana to sit down, offer him nice food, talk to him nicely, ask some question that will please the Brahmana, ask him some philosophical question, and all your with all your respect and hospitality offered to Brahmana becomes worship of God. It is not the worship of the Brahmana. You are worshipping Riyasta by offering your hospitality to Atithi. Atithena to be pragre. Then the fourth one was Gavo. Goswanga Yavasadina. How to worship cows? To worship Yavasadina by offering grass and Yava is Java, means your barley, etc. Yavasadina, grass and other food, fodder. So you offer that to cow, that is the worship of cow. And by worshipping cow, by offering those things to cow, you are in fact worshipping me, because I will be pleased if you take good care of cow, you give food to cow. So you are of worshipping me by offering yavasadi, that fodder, etc., to the cow. So God is being worshipped by all this process. You take care of hospital, you are hospitable to the Brahmana, God is pleased. You offer hymns to sun, God is pleased. You offer ghee to fire, holy fire, God is pleased. The God is pleased by all these things. Then it says the fifth one, if you remember, it was Vaishnava. How to worship God through Vaishnava? Then he says Vaishnave Bandhu Satkritya. Treat Vaishnava, or the holy person or the devotee of God, like friend, the cordial reception, Bandhu Satkritya. Treat him like a friend, and that is the worship of God through Vaishnava, through a devotee of God. Treat all the devotees of God as your friend, as close to you. Have very friendly attitude towards the devotees. Here, Vaishnava, the word is one who worship Vishnu, but we have to extrapolate the word. It is not only about the one who worships Vishnu. What about one who worships Kali? What about one who worships Shiva? So all those are contained by the word Vaishnava. All are devotees of God. What about those who worship Jesus? What about those who worship Guru Granth Sahib? What about those who worship Allah? All those are contained by the word Vaishnava. All those are devotees of God. All of them we should treat friendly. By that will the God, my Ishta, will be pleased by if we do that. All human beings, all the denominations of all religions, those all, if treated well through sweet talks like the friend, like then Lord is pleased, God is pleased. So God can be pleased only by our treating the devotee of God like we do to a friend. Treat him as a friend. So beautiful. Sri Krishna says about our how should be our treatment to the devotee of God. So all devotees of God to be treated like one's own friend. Kritya Hridikya Dhyana Nishtaya. And he says how to do the fourth one. The next one was Vaishnava Kam Akasa. How to worship Akasa. So here says Akasa is not the space that you see or the sky that you worship. You worship Akasa within your heart. In the cave of your heart, there is space. That space, Hridike, Hridaya Akasa, Rit Akasa, that you worship through meditation, dhyana, nishtaya, in that space within your heart, you imagine the image or form of your Ishta and try to put your mind in that Akasha. That is the way to worship God in the Akasha and through the Akasha. Imagine my form in the space of your heart, in the come of your heart. Ke dhyana nishtaya. Ka means Akasha. By the dhyana nishtha, it's not only dhyana, regular practice of meditation in the space of your heart. So that becomes slowly becomes, if you practice regularly for a long time, for many days, months, and many years, it becomes dhyana nishtha. Nishtha, it becomes when you cannot live without meditating on that space of inner heart of God. So it becomes dhyana nishtha. If you have attained dhyana nishtha, it has become a habit with you. You enjoy meditating on God in the space of your heart. Then you have attained the dhyana nishtha in the space of your heart. So that is my worshipping me. What else? How else can we worship, O Lord? Then it says, Vayu Mukhya Dhiya. So, Vayu, how to worship Vayu? Treating Vayu as the prana, the Vayu as the source of vital energy. Because we take the air, that we see the air, we breathe in. This air gives us the vital energy, the life energy we get by in the air. We have the oxygen, we know now, that goes, and now this oxygen goes through in our lungs, and it goes through our blood to the cells, where it mixes with food that is digested in the got into the cell in the form of glucose, and there the combustion happens, and we get the energy that maintains our life, going moves our life, thought, life, vital activity, physical activity. All those happen by the production of energy, which is done with the help of the air. So air is the source of energy, or prana. Treating energy as prana, that itself is the worship of God. Remembering that air that we breathe in is the source of energy. So that is Vayu Mukhya Dhiya. So in the air, by looking upon it as prana, when you are aware that we breathe in the air, and that is the source of our vital energy. So when you look upon this, you are aware of that. That is worshiping God through air. And how to worship in water? Toye dravyesh toye puraskrita, in water with things such as water, etc. So water is taken as the object. You water also you treat as divine, and that's why you say Ganga Mai ki jai. You offer the rivers become Narmada Mai ki jai. You don't pollute your rivers. You regard and respect your rivers, and clean the water, and offer the river, the water of the river as the deity itself. Offer that offer water to the water of the river. So, and also people offer other things, as they offer to the deity, people offer flowers and willow leaves and fruits, and like that they do. In Bedouin, we do every Ganga Dashara day, that we do Ganga Puja on Ganga Dashara day, and we offer all the things. We all do Arati to the Ganga, and Arati Ganga, it's done so well in Varanasi, Haridwar, in many places now it is being done. So that is also worship of water. Water means the holy water, that reminds how water is our source of life. Without water, we cannot survive. We ourselves, our whole body, that is 75% water. So like that, you uh, keep the water outside clean, stop it from polluting, don't throw it your thing and dirty things in water. That all becomes the worship of water, and real devotion, real admiration uh, of water, by offering things of articles of worship to water. So water is treated as the deity, space as the deity. You can worship God in the sun, air, water, all these bhutas, panchabhutas. These are all becomes the part of God, by worshiping them, by keeping them clean, by adoring them, by understanding their worth in our life. That is the worship of Lord, says Sri Krishna. And Standile, how to worship the earth, after there was the earth. Standile mantra hidayehi, in the consecrated ground through secret mantras. Because there is Standila, when you do Homa, you that the earth you make some signs, and then you call it Standila. In that you offer things with some sacred mantras. So Standila is the ground where we all live, this earth. Without earth, how would we survive? Earth is mother. Hmm? So Matri Bhumi, this is the mother earth. So this mother earth should be worshipped as the symbol of God. If we respect the earth, we worship God. God is pleased with us, and we should do it with mantras. So they have in many people in different Hindus, they even when they get down from bed, they will not touch the ground without saying the mantra. They will say the mantra Padasparsam Kshamasame. Oh Mother Earth, please forgive me, I'm touching you with my feet. That sort of mantra is there. Before you put your foot on the ground, you ask for forgiveness of Mother Earth, that you are putting your feet on the ground. So that's how people say. Well, that word, Prithivista, Parvatastana Mandale, um, uh, Padasparsam Kshamaswame. So, Mother, please forgive me because I'm touching your feet. Oh, Mother Earth, whose stanas are the mountains and whose achal is the ocean, and to that deity, divine being who supports us all. Mother has become divine. This very earth becomes divine. Please forgive me for touching me with your ground. So, like that mantra you do to the Standila, or you worship the earth where you do holy fire worship, that you worship with some mantra you might have seen when before the worship, fire worship is done, and the worshipper offers that ground with different flowers with different mantras. So that becomes worship of the earth, by which we worship God. God is being worshipped by worshipping the earth. Who? Then it says, in the body, one should worship the Atman with eatables, etc. And then he said, worship me, you can worship me in the body. If you remember the first verse, who Atma, then you worship in body, you worship me in body. So, how to worship in body? So, body worshipping is offer the body the food as offering to God, and keep the body well. So you can say keep maintaining the health of the body is worship of God. So to worship God, you need body, healthy body. Then only you can worship God. Otherwise, you cannot sit for longer time. You will have pain and all that. So keep your body fit to worship God. Keeping body fit itself is a worship of God. Not being focused on the body because you want to look good or you want to live long, but keeping body fit so that you can repeat God's name, so that you can grow devotion to God, so you can meditate on God. That's why you need to keep the body fit. So that becomes worship of body, by offering it what it needs to keep it fit. If it needs some medicine, give that medicine. If you need some supplement, give that supplement to body. And don't think that you are giving to yourself. You are giving that to the body. Lord will be pleased when you maintain the body through proper and nutritious food, through proper exercise, through giving it through required rest, sleep, and maintain it as an instrument in your search for God, in your search for your bhakti, increase of bhakti. That becomes Lord will be pleased if you maintain body in that way, seeing it as an instrument in the worship of God. So you offer to it hriday bhogai atmana atmani. You offer bhogai. Bhogai means the things to worship, to eatables. Bhogai is eatable. Whatever bhoga means, whatever it needs to keep sustain it well. So nutritious food you give, but you take food not for the sake of your enjoyment, but to keep the body fit and in good health. That becomes worship of your Easter. Everything is how whole environment is taken care of. Even your body is not denied. You should not say, I want, no, I should just do the tapasya, eating very little, I want maintain. That is not the goal of spirituality according to Sri Krishna. Maintain your body, maintain the universe, respect everything in the universe, adore the things that help you in living this world with right thought, good thought, and that will increase your devotion to God. That all is a part of worship of me. Your maintaining your physical health is also worship of me. Think in that way. So maintain that also. So then how to the last thing left now, Atma is done. Sarva Bhutani. Now worship me in all beings. Said. How to worship all beings? Here in this verse it clears. Kshetragyam sarva bhuteshu samatvena ejet mam. And he says, and in all beings one should worship me, the Kshetragya, with an evenness of vision. So worship me in all beings as their indwelling self. Be you should be aware, you should be conscious of the divinity that is present in every being. There is the Lord resides in every being. So you, that awareness itself is the worship of every being. When you remember that God resides in all beings, in all animals and insects and worms, then itself it becomes the worship of Lord. Remember what Holy Mother had said to Gyan Maharaj. Gyan Maharaj didn't like that cat who used to steal food because they didn't give. Holy Mother was coming away from Jairam Bati to Kolkata. Then she had known that Gyan ill-treats the cat, and how Holy Mother taught him how to make him treat cat well. So instead of coming and saying that you should not treat ill the cat, so she said, Gyan, you should know that I dwell even in the cat. That is the thing, is what Kshetragyam Sarvabhutesu. Holy Mother said this very thing, Sarvabhutesu, I am the Kshetragya, I am the knower of the field. I am the Atma. Kshetragya means the self or the Atma in all beings. Holy Mother correctly said, I dwell in that cat too. When Gyan Maharaj heard this from Holy Mother, and it came in awareness that Mother dwells in every being, in that cat, which also is still sometimes food. That Holy Mother is there. After that, he never ill treated that cat. And out of respect and awareness, that's whenever he saw that cat, he felt that Holy Mother is there inside. So his attitude changed, his behavior changed, all this knowledge, all this awareness of Lord residing in different beings changes our attitude, changes our opinion, our way of our treatment of those animals changes. It's a this such knowledge that kshetragyam sarva bhuteshu, this type of vasudeva sarvamiti, this type of knowledge that we get from the scriptures changes our looking upon the things in a very different way. We start seeing as everything as divine, everything as pervaded by God. Kshetragyam sarvabhutesu. So no, treat me, every being, that in every being their indwelling self is the same, is God Himself, as it is residing within you. Same God is residing in other bodies too. So always be aware of that knowledge, that itself is worship of God. Kshetragyam sarvabhutesu samatvena yajetamam. And treat them all with samatva, equanimity. Treat them as yourself. Equanimity with whom? With yourself. They have feeling, they have liking, they have something they desire. So treat them well, like you would like to be treated. Everything, every life form is so auspicious, so holy. So many varieties of species live in the earth, on the earth and in the water, in the ocean. So all those are so wonderful creation of God, through the process of evolution or through the process of creation, whatever is there. But after all these, whatever the method they have come to be present now, through evolution or through creation, whatever you believe in, but they have come to being by the will of some higher power. So they are the representation of that higher power of God. So treat them with respect, with equanimity, and with seeing divine being in them. So that will give you devotion to me. You're seeing everything, every life form, you will remember me. So you have to be connected to me in this world, the world that attracts you. You want to enjoy this world, to enjoy this body and gratify your senses by these things of this world. Whole thing will change. Now, instead of enjoying your senses and your body through that, now what you eat becomes an offering to God. What you see becomes manifestation of God, and you start treating them with respect and adoration. Every form of life will seem you so wonderful. You will love any form. You will love deer and rabbit. You love raccoon and bear. You love snake and scorpions. Everything, the wonderful creation of God, and the God residing there. It moves, it lives, it survives, and it saves itself. It protects itself. You'll find all divine plan working through them, and out of respect, you adore that life form, and you think of God, how it is present in everything in so many forms. God doesn't reside in only in me or in people, in the human beings which look like me, but God resides in different, in millions of human forms, in millions of living forms. God resides. So you finally get connected to God by this attitude. When you get connected to God, you grow in devotion to God. So this Krishna very beautifully said, how can we grow in devotion? So you can worship me in these objects by treating them. So that way, that is the worship, he says, of the God. Samattvene jetamam. Dhishneyasvitimadrupam Shankachakra Gadambujai Yuktam Chaturbhujam Shantam Dhyayan Narchet Samahita. After this adoration, admiration, and accepting different life forms, different physical things, different things of the nature that we see, and worshipping them, treating them well as the worship of God, then he says, in all these abodes, one should meditate on my benign form with, you should meditate on God after seeing that God residing everyone. Then in all these abodes, in all these different forms, that you should try to see me. Now you admire different life form. I should try to feel my presence. My presence when you see the inner antaryami, you sitting there at the inner being, or inner controller, or you just try to remind yourself of my form whom you love, as present inside them. So how to meditate on those? In all those these abodes, one should meditate on my benign form with four hands, yuktam chaturbhujam shantam, in which shantam, that benign form, in which are the conch, disc, mace, and lotus, and should worship in it with concentration. And after having that, now we try to meditate on my benign form, Chaturbhujam Shantam, and Dhyayan Archet Samahita. Archet, you worship me through meditation by going deep into concentration. Samahita meditation, Dhyayan means through concentration. To concentration on the forearm. That arms, what they have? Shankha Chakra Gadam Bhujai. Shankha Chakra, Gada, Padma, they say, having those this form of Vishnu that we worship. So that form, Sri Krishna says here. By that, whatever is your form of the Ishta. So here, Sri Krishna says about the common form of Vishnu that is worshipped by the people for Vaishnavas, for the worshipper of Vishnu. But for those who worship Shiva, it is the form of Shiva that they should meditate on, with the matted log and sun crescent on their forehead, and having the smeared with the bhasma, and the face glowing in meditation, and doesn't want anything, wearing the tiger skin, seated in the space of your heart. You can meditate on that. That becomes worship of your Ishta. If you worship Sri Ramakrishna, meditate on that beautiful form without any ornament, so simple, just one cloth is there that he wears, and that cloth goes through its body, and no other ornament in the body, or in the fingers, or in neck, or anywhere. And so simple, so sattvic, and purity itself, purity, taken embodiment of purity, and full renunciation of anything. That being, that peaceful being, you worship in meditation, inner heart by the process of concentration. That is how Sri Krishna says you should meditate on Vishnu, though he says, in all these abodes, one should meditate on my benign form with four hands in which are the conch, disc, mace, and lotus, and should worship it with concentration. And that is meditation. Meditate on the form of God that you accept as your Ishta. That will increase your love for God. That will help you in to grow your devotion from the bhakti, Vaidi bhakti to para bhakti. The goal is para bhakti, supreme devotion from the ritualistic devotion, from the secondary ordinary bhakti. So we want to grow in devotion, to have the real devotion when we feel inseparable from God, united with God, one with God. So that will come through all this worshiping God in different beings, different natural things of the world, and being aware of God's presence and respecting this creation, with all respect, not disturbing it, not making it dirty, not polluting it. And that will make our um, love for God, love for divine, love for truth, realization of God will be made possible through these different ways of worship of God. So these Hindus are so cautious of environment because of that. They will not pollute any water body or any air, or they should not, if they are real devotee of God. And they will treat every being with love and respect, and especially the Vaishnava devotee of God as their own friends. And when it is Brahmana, the learned person with simple living and sincere, peaceful, learned person, as the atithi, as the guest of honor, they will treat them. And all with these treatments and this adoration, and this good treatment with all these natural things, in the air, water, and the sun and the earth, with all the space, with all that, who is pleased? Ultimately, Harito Shanam. It is God that is pleased. It is my Ishta that is pleased. It is my Ishta that is pleased with me. When we have the feeling that Ishta is happy with me, then we get so much strength. Maybe whole world is unhappy with me, doesn't like me, doesn't matter at all. Who cares? When God is pleased, then world is automatically pleased. If someone criticizes you, oof, 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 you don't bother that at all. That what does it matter? It doesn't matter, become a thing of any concern for you. Somebody criticizing, somebody saying ill, because God is pleased with you. Your Ishta is pleased with you. Your master is pleased with you. There's no worry for your other thoughts. That's how in devotion we become so strong, and so our personality changes from this angular personality with all cutting edges to smooth, and sweetness comes in our behavior, in our attitude, our love for God grows through this beautiful way Krishna describes how to grow in love of God by treating everything that is around us with respect, and by meditating on God in the space of our heart with full concentration on the form of God. That is what Sri Krishna says, on the form of God that you love most. If you love Vishnu, meditate with the Lord, with having Shankha Chakra Gada Padma with four arms sitting in your heart or standing there in your heart. If you love Shiva, Shiva sitting there. If you love Mother Kali, the sweetness, the sweetest being mother is there, the powerful mother, the creator of this universe, seated within her heart. If you love Sri Ramakrishna, if you love Holy Mother, benign, Shanta image is there in your heart, stable, all love oozing from their eyes, the compassion, and just look at their face, and just remain immersed in the thought of the holy form, peaceful form of the Divine Mother. That becomes worship of God, that becomes a means how from the worldly person we will transform into a devotee of God, a true devotee of God, a true bhakta. Thank you very much. So from next Friday, we will have no Friday scripture class, because from 21st onwards, we are not having regular programs. I'm going to Calgary next after 21st. I'm going to Calgary for retreat, and after that will be August. Month of August is a month of summer vacation. So after today's class, Friday scripture class. Next Friday scripture class will be on September, when we open after summer vacation, September 13th. And that class will be on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And I've requested Swami Prasannatmananda to give that class. So we'll hear from the guest speaker, Swami Prasannatmananda, will hear that class. Until then, best wishes to you, and please keep your studies going on. Keep the life of Thakur Ma Swamiji or Gita, Uddhava Gita, whatever you like, feel like reading any scripture of any religion. You may continue in this 1 month, and enrich yourself with a love for your Ishta. May all your actions, all your thoughts, and all your studies be congenial to your love for your Ishta. May he reveal himself to you everywhere. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. May we have such realization in this life itself. Thank you very much. See you on Friday. See you on 13th. Swami Prasannatmanji will give the class. Before that, of course, we are meeting on 21st of July, Guru Purnima Day, Sunday, 21st July, Guru Purnima Tithi, at 11 a.m. with the worship through songs and through articles to the Guru and Guru Maharaj. Sri Ramakrishna will worship and try to gain his blessing and his mercy, to have true devotion to God, to purify our heart, to become a real devotee. Thank you and good night to you.